Sanatan Dharma, commonly known as Hinduism, stands as one of the world's oldest and most diverse religious traditions. Rooted in the ancient civilizations of the Indian subcontinent, its tapestry is woven with a rich history, profound philosophical concepts, and a myriad of cultural practices. This essay embarks on an exploration of Sanatan Dharma, delving into its origins, beliefs, practices, global presence, and the nuanced perspectives surrounding its diverse. The origins of Sanatan Dharma are deeply enmeshed in the midst of ancient history, making it challenging to pinpoint a singular beginning. The term Sanatan Dharma, meaning eternal or universal order, reflects the idea that its roots transcend a specific time or founder. The religious landscape of ancient India was shaped by the amalgamation of diverse cultures, beliefs, and practices, contributing to the emergence of what we now recognize as Hinduism. While concrete historical evidence is limited due to the antiquity of Sanatan Dharma, archaeological findings from the Indus Valley civilization provide glimpses into the religious practices of ancient India. Artifacts such as seals depicting yogic postures and ritualistic symbols suggest a protoform of Hindu practices dating back over 4,000 years. At the heart of Sanatan Dharma lies a rich tapestry of beliefs and dogmas that intertwine to form a complex, multifaceted worldview. These beliefs encompass the cosmic dance of deities, the eternal cycle of existence, and the guiding principles of Dharma that shape the ethical and moral dimensions of life. Sanatan Dharma is renowned for its vast pantheon of deities, each representing different facets of the divine and aspects of existence. Among the principal deities are Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer and transformer. Goddesses like Saraswati, Lakshmi, and Durga embody wisdom, wealth, and strength, respectively. These deities are not mere supernatural beings but symbolic representations of cosmic forces and principles that govern the universe. The cosmic dance of deities is exemplified by Nataraja, the divine form of Shiva engaged in the Ananda Tandav, or the dance of bliss. This dance symbolizes the eternal rhythm of creation, preservation, and dissolution, the cyclical nature of existence. It portrays the interplay of energy and matter, birth and death, in a cosmic ballet that transcends the limitations of time and space. Central to Sanatan Dharma is the concept of samsara, the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This cycle is governed by the law of karma, where one's actions in past lives influence the circumstances of the current life. The ultimate goal is to break free from this cycle through the pursuit of spiritual knowledge, righteous conduct, and the realization of one's true nature, known as moksha or liberation. The belief in reincarnation, or punarjanma, is intricately linked to the eternal cycle of existence. Individuals are seen as spiritual beings, Atman, on a journey through multiple lifetimes, seeking to attain higher levels of consciousness and ultimately reunite with the divine. Dharma, often translated as righteousness or duty, forms the ethical and moral backbone of Sanatan Dharma. The concept of dharma is multifaceted, encompassing individual, social, and cosmic responsibilities. The ancient texts, particularly the Manusmriti and the Bhagavad Gita, delineate guidelines for righteous living and ethical conduct. The duties prescribed by dharma vary based on an individual's stage of life, ashrama, and social role, varna. For example, the duties of a student differ from those of a householder or a renunciant. Dharma guides individuals in making ethical choices, fostering harmony in personal and societal realms. One significant aspect of belief in Sanatan Dharma is the bhakti movement, emphasizing the path of devotion to a personal deity as a means of attaining spiritual liberation. Devotees express their love and surrender to the divine through prayers, hymns, and rituals. Bhakti breaks down barriers of caste and social status, emphasizing a direct, personal relationship with the divine. Prominent saints and poets, such as Mirabai, Kabir, and Tulsidas, played pivotal roles in popularizing the Bhakti movement. Their devotional compositions, often sung in vernacular languages, continue to inspire millions and epitomize the universality of devotion. Sanatan Dharma encompasses several philosophical schools, with Vedanta being one of the most prominent. Vedanta, literally meaning the end of the Vedas, interprets the philosophical teachings found in the Upanishads. It explores the nature of reality, Brahman, the relationship between the individual soul, Atman, and the ultimate reality. The Advait Vedanta philosophy, propagated by Adi Shankaracharya, asserts the non-dual nature of reality, positing that the individual soul and the supreme reality are ultimately one. Other Vedantic schools, such as Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita, offer nuanced perspectives on the relationship between the individual and the divine. Sanatan Dharma employs a rich tapestry of symbols and rituals that serve as conduits connecting the mundane world with the divine. Iconic symbols, such as the lotus, Om, and the swastika, carry deep spiritual significance. Rituals, known as puja, involve the offering of flowers, incense, and prayers to deities, creating a sacred atmosphere that facilitates communion with the divine. The sacred thread ceremony, Upnayana, performed for young boys, marks their initiation into Vedic studies. Festivals, such as Diwali, celebrate the victory of light over darkness, while Holi revels in the joy of spring and the triumph of good over evil. While the majority of Hindus reside in India, globalization and migration have resulted in significant Hindu communities around the world. Nepal, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka have substantial Hindu populations, each contributing unique cultural nuances to the practice of Sanatan Dharma. The diaspora in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia has further expanded the global footprint of Hinduism. Misconceptions surrounding Sanatan Dharma often arise from cultural unfamiliarity and oversimplification. One common misconception is the homogeneity of Hindu practices, overlooking the diverse beliefs, sects, and regional variations within the tradition. Additionally, misinterpretations of Hindu rituals and symbols can lead to misunderstandings about their spiritual significance. Sanatan Dharma shares common threads with other major religions, such as the pursuit of ethical living and the quest for spiritual enlightenment. However, its polytheistic nature and the absence of a single founder distinguish it from monotheistic traditions. The interconnectedness of all living beings, a central tenet, aligns with the interconnected worldview of some indigenous and Eastern spiritual traditions. Advantages for followers of Sanatan Dharma lie in the rich tapestry of spiritual practices, ethical guidance, and a sense of connection to a profound cultural heritage. However, potential dangers include the risk of misinterpretation and misapplication of religious principles, which may lead to social tensions or misrepresentations. In a global context, the diversity of Hindu practices offers a unique perspective on spirituality, fostering tolerance and pluralism. Instances of crimes, accusations, or fraud directly associated with Hinduism or its leaders are not prevalent in historical or contemporary records. However, like any religious tradition, disputes may arise within communities, often related to internal governance or regional differences. Cases of spiritual leaders facing legal challenges are typically isolated incidents rather than systemic issues. Sanatan Dharma, at its core, promotes non-violence, ahimsa, and tolerance. However, historical events, such as the Babri Masjid demolition in 1992, have witnessed violence fueled by political and communal tensions. Instances of religious fanaticism or discrimination based on caste and gender have occurred, highlighting the importance of addressing socio-cultural issues within the broader context of the religion. For those considering exploring Sanatan Dharma, a nuanced approach is essential. The vastness of Hindu philosophy and practices necessitates an open-minded and patient exploration. Seekers should be aware of the diversity within the tradition, recognizing that interpretations and practices may vary across regions and communities. Joining Sanatan Dharma involves a personal journey of exploration and connection with the tradition's teachings. Prospective adherents can engage with local temples, attend festivals, and participate in study groups to gain a deeper understanding. Online resources, including sacred texts and educational materials, provide accessible entry points for those interested in exploring Hindu philosophy and practices. Sanatan Dharma, with its ancient roots and profound philosophical underpinnings, delves into mystical realms and explores the inner dimensions of reality. The mystical and philosophical concepts within the tradition provide a framework for understanding the nature of existence, the self, and the ultimate reality. Ek Advait Vedanta. Non-dualistic oneness. Philosophical foundation. At the heart of Sanatan Dharma's philosophical landscape is Advait Vedanta, which asserts the non-dualistic nature of reality. Propagated by Adi Shankaracharya, Advait Vedanta posits that the individual soul, Atman, and the ultimate reality, Brahman, are ultimately one and the same. The multiplicity observed in the world is considered an illusion, Maya, and the goal is to realize the underlying unity beyond apparent distinctions. Mystical dimension. Advait Vedanta's mystical dimension lies in the direct experience of this non-dualistic oneness. Mystics and seekers engage in practices like meditation, self-inquiry, and contemplation to transcend the limitations of the ego and experience a profound unity with the cosmic consciousness. Do Bhakti Yoga. The path of devotion. Philosophical foundation. Bhakti Yoga, another significant philosophical concept, emphasizes the path of devotion and love towards a personal deity. It recognizes that different individuals may have diverse temperaments and preferences in their approach to the divine. The Bhakti movement, prominent across various periods of Indian history, has produced devotional saints and poets like Mirabai and Tulsidas. Mystical dimension. The mystical dimension of Bhakti Yoga involves the ecstatic experience of divine love and communion with the chosen deity. Devotees often describe moments of divine grace, deep emotional connection, and a sense of surrender that transcends the boundaries of the individual self. Teen Karma Yoga. The yoga of selfless action. Philosophical foundation. Karma Yoga is rooted in the philosophy of selfless action and performing one's duties without attachment to the fruits of those actions. The Bhagavad Gita, a seminal text in Sanatan Dharma, expounds on the principles of Karma Yoga as imparted by Lord Krishna to Arjuna on the battlefield. Mystical dimension. The mystical aspect of Karma Yoga lies in understanding the interconnectedness of all actions and their impact on the individual and the cosmos. By performing actions with a selfless attitude, individuals may attain a state of equipoise and experience a sense of harmony with the cosmic order. Char Janana Yoga. The path of knowledge. Philosophical foundation. Janana Yoga is the path of knowledge and wisdom, emphasizing the discernment between the eternal and the transient. It involves self-inquiry, contemplation on philosophical truths, and the realization of the self as distinct from the material world. Mystical dimension. The mystical dimension of Janana Yoga involves direct insights and realizations that transcend intellectual understanding. Through profound contemplation and introspection, seekers may experience moments of clarity, unveiling the true nature of the self and the underlying unity of all existence. 5 Vedantic concepts. Tat Tvam Asi, Thou art that. Philosophical foundation. Vedantic concepts, derived from the Upanishads, emphasize the identity of the individual soul with the ultimate reality. The phrase Tat Tvam Asi encapsulates this idea, asserting that the essence of the individual, Atman, is identical to the ultimate reality, Brahman. Mystical dimension. The mystical dimension of Vedantic concepts involves meditative practices and contemplation on the profound truths embedded in these teachings. Seekers aim to go beyond intellectual understanding to directly experience the unity of the self with the cosmic consciousness. 6. Concept of Maya. Illusory nature of the world. Philosophical foundation. The concept of Maya is foundational to understanding the illusory nature of the material world in Sanatan Dharma. Maya is considered a cosmic veil that obscures the true nature of reality, leading individuals to perceive the world as separate from the divine. Mystical dimension. The mystical exploration of Maya involves piercing through the veil of illusion to perceive the underlying unity of all existence. Mystics and practitioners engage in practices that transcend the limitations imposed by Maya, offering glimpses into the eternal and unchanging reality beyond the ever-changing material world. While the majority of Hindus reside in India, Sanatan Dharma has transcended geographical boundaries, establishing communities and temples worldwide. Countries such as Nepal, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka have substantial Hindu populations, and the diaspora in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia has contributed to the global spread of Hindu practices. Sanatan Dharma, with its expansive and diverse spiritual landscape, incorporates a range of esoteric, mystical, and exoteric activities that collectively provide practitioners with avenues for deepening their connection to the divine and exploring the sacred dimensions of existence. Yoga and meditation. One of the primary esoteric practices in Sanatan Dharma is the exploration of yoga and meditation. These techniques go beyond the physical postures commonly associated with yoga in the West, delving into the realms of the mind and spirit. Practices like Raja Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and Jnana Yoga aim to unveil hidden realities within the individual, leading to self-realization and a direct experience of the divine. Tantra. Often misunderstood in popular culture, Tantra in Sanatan Dharma involves esoteric rituals and practices designed to channel and transcend various forms of energy. Tantric rituals, including mantra chanting and yantra visualization, aim to awaken dormant spiritual forces and lead the practitioner towards spiritual enlightenment. Aghora practices. Aghora is a sect within Sanatan Dharma that engages in unconventional and esoteric practices. Aghoris, practitioners of Aghora, may perform rituals in cremation grounds, challenging societal norms to confront the impermanence of life and attain spiritual insights. Pilgrimages. The practice of undertaking pilgrimages to sacred sites is deeply ingrained in Sanatan Dharma. Pilgrimages, known as Tirtha Yatra, involve physical journeys to spiritually charged locations such as Varanasi, Kedarnath, or Rishikesh. These sacred journeys are believed to purify the soul and offer opportunities for mystical experiences. Satsangs and spiritual discourses. Mystical insights often emerge during spiritual discourses and congregational gatherings known as satsangs. The exchange of spiritual wisdom, chanting of sacred hymns, and the presence of spiritually evolved individuals contribute to the mystical ambience of these gatherings. Inner mysteries of the deities. The worship of deities in Sanatan Dharma goes beyond mere ritualistic practices. Mystical interpretations of the stories and attributes of deities, such as the Leelas, divine plays, of Krishna or the cosmic dance of Shiva, provide profound insights into the nature of the divine and the mysteries of existence. Puja and ritual worship. Exoteric activities in Sanatan Dharma involve the outward expression of devotion through rituals and ceremonies. Puja, or ritual worship, is a common exoteric practice where devotees offer prayers, flowers, incense, and food to deities. The external rituals serve as a means of focusing the mind and expressing love and reverence towards the divine. Festivals and celebrations. The celebration of festivals, such as Diwali, Holi, and Navratri, is a vibrant exoteric aspect of Sanatan Dharma. These festivals are marked by joyous communal gatherings, music, dance, and the sharing of food. They provide an opportunity for individuals to express their devotion and cultural identity within a community context. Sankirtan and Bhajans. The congregational singing of bhajans, devotional songs, and participation in Sankirtan, group chanting, are exoteric practices that create an atmosphere of communal devotion. These activities not only cultivate a sense of unity among participants but also invoke a collective spiritual energy. It's essential to recognize the interconnectedness of these dimensions within Sanatan Dharma. The esoteric practices, often pursued by ascetics and those on a solitary spiritual path, contribute to the mysticism inherent in the tradition. Simultaneously, the exoteric practices provide a foundation for communal expression and shared spiritual experiences. Individuals within Sanatan Dharma often choose a combination of esoteric, mystical, and exoteric practices based on their inclinations, temperament, and spiritual aspirations. Some may be drawn to the inner dimensions of meditation and yoga, seeking direct experiences of the divine, while others may find solace and connection through ritual worship and communal celebrations. Cautions and considerations for seekers. Discernment in esoteric practices. Individuals engaging in esoteric practices should approach them with discernment and seek guidance from knowledgeable and authentic spiritual mentors. Misguided or misinterpreted esoteric practices may lead to confusion or unintended consequences. Balancing mystical experiences. Mystical experiences, while transformative, should be approached with a balanced mindset. The integration of mystical insights into daily life is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional stability. Community engagement. While esoteric and mystical practices can be deeply personal, active engagement with the broader community through exoteric activities fosters a sense of interconnectedness and shared spiritual growth. Respect for tradition. It's important for practitioners to approach the sacred traditions of Sanatan Dharma with respect and cultural sensitivity. Understanding the historical and cultural context of rituals and practices prevents misappropriation or misunderstanding. Hindu religious practices are diverse, reflecting the multifaceted nature of the tradition. Puja, the ritual worship of deities, involves offerings of flowers, incense, and prayers. Yajnas, or fire rituals, connect the material and spiritual realms. Festivals like Diwali and Holi are occasion for joyous celebration, emphasizing the cyclic nature of life and the triumph of light over darkness. The Vedas, the oldest sacred texts, are the foundation of Hindu scripture. The Upanishads delve into philosophical inquiries, while the Bhagavad Gita offers guidance on righteous living. Epics like the Mahabharata and Ramayana narrate heroic tales with moral and ethical teachings. The Puranas elucidate mythological stories and cosmological narratives, enriching the religious and cultural tapestry. Misconceptions surrounding Sanatan Dharma often arise from cultural unfamiliarity and oversimplification. One common misconception is the homogeneity of Hindu practices, overlooking the diverse beliefs, sects, and regional variations within the tradition. Additionally, misinterpretations of Hindu rituals and symbols can lead to misunderstandings about their spiritual significance. Sanatan Dharma shares common threads with other major religions, such as the pursuit of ethical living and the quest for spiritual enlightenment. However, its polytheistic nature and the absence of a single founder distinguish it from monotheistic traditions. The interconnectedness of all living beings, a central tenet, aligns with the interconnected worldview of some indigenous and Eastern spiritual traditions. Advantages for followers of Sanatan Dharma lie in the rich tapestry of spiritual practices, ethical guidance, and a sense of connection to a profound cultural heritage. However, potential dangers include the risk of misinterpretation and misapplication of religious principles, which may lead to social tensions or misrepresentations. In a global context, the diversity of Hindu practices offers a unique perspective on spirituality, fostering tolerance and pluralism. Instances of crimes, accusations, or fraud directly associated with Hinduism or its leaders are not prevalent in historical or contemporary records. However, like any religious tradition, disputes may arise within communities, often related to internal governance or regional differences. Cases of spiritual leaders facing legal challenges are typically isolated incidents rather than systemic issues. Sanatan Dharma, at its core, promotes non-violence, ahimsa, and tolerance. However, historical events, such as the Babri Masjid demolition in 1992, have witnessed violence fueled by political and communal tensions. Instances of religious fanaticism or discrimination based on caste and gender have occurred, highlighting the importance of addressing socio-cultural issues within the broader context of the religion. For those considering exploring Sanatan Dharma, a nuanced approach is essential. The vastness of Hindu philosophy and practices necessitates an open-minded and patient exploration. Seekers should be aware of the diversity within the tradition, recognizing that interpretations and practices may vary across regions and communities. Joining Sanatan Dharma involves a personal journey of exploration and connection with the tradition's teachings. Prospective adherents can engage with local temples, attend festivals, and participate in study groups to gain a deeper understanding. Online resources, including sacred texts and educational materials, provide accessible entry points for those interested in exploring Hindu philosophy and practices. In conclusion, Sanatan Dharma embodies a complex and multifaceted spiritual tradition that has evolved over millennia. Its rich tapestry is woven with diverse beliefs, practices, and cultural expressions, fostering a profound connection between individuals and a cosmic order. While challenges and misconceptions exist, the tradition's deep philosophical insights, ethical guidance, and cultural diversity continue to resonate with seekers worldwide. The journey into Sanatan Dharma invites individuals to embark on a quest for self-discovery, wisdom, and an understanding of the interconnectedness that lies at the heart of this ancient and enduring tradition.